All right, part two. Let's just get started as we go into our second half of the Six Big Balloon Parade. We begin off with this flow here. Yeah, it's not that special. All right, but it leads in a new character balloon, someone that we've never seen before, and he's giving a very fun day to be here. It's none other than Chuck E. Cheese himself. Um, Here Chucky's in the design of his 70s, 80s, his classic version, where he's a bit more grumpy and meaner. But, Chucky's always just here to have a fun time and entertain the kids. That's what he's going to do it for. You see he's holding his cane, which I hope he doesn't whack anyone with it. But he's flying high up, so I don't think he'll whack anyone with it. But yeah, for more than 45 years now, Chucky, along with his friends Helen Henny, Mr. Munch, Jasper, and Pasquale, have been entertaining kids and giving them fun memories. So it's nice to see Chucky going back to his place where a kid could be a kid. And I think Chuck E. Cheese is a great new introduction, so it's nice to have him in the parade. Alright, there he goes. Hey, why don't you look at that? It's Red from the Angry Birds on this mini float. There's recently been news about an all-new Angry Bird character joining the franchise, so I think that's pretty cool. And speaking of birds, this balloon's flying a bit lower because of how tall it is, but whatever, he's still here. It's Woodpecker from Universal. Woodpecker, of course, has been a classic cartoon character from Walter Lands, created in the 1940s. And he's been a well-known cartoon character ever since this day. Of course, he's a bit of a troublemaker, and he'll be that silly old bird giving off that iconic laugh. And he has a big, wide wingspan, with his arms are going out very wide. And he's just having a fun time. Let's just hope he doesn't cause trouble. But I think watch out with him. But yeah, he's a pretty big balloon, so gotta keep him going good. Alright, Woody. It's nice to have you back. And there we go. It's alright. Just look how tall he is. Hey, here's Toady on this float. I like the red and yellow colors of it, and the brown too. I think it's just the color coordinates very well. But it's something in the balloon we didn't see in the last parade, but he's back, and it's Sonic the Hedgehog, who is sponsored by Sega, who's now making his 5th appearance in the parade. He didn't make an appearance last year for any unknown reasons, but he's back because he has a lot of stuff to promote. Recently his game Sonic Frontiers came out, where he goes on a new adventure along with his friends Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and the rest of the crew. He's also got a new cartoon show coming out on Netflix called Sonic Prime, where it features him, the Hedgehog himself, traveling to many different lands and seeing different versions of Tails, Knuckles, Amy, and Rouge, and tries to stop Eggman. And it looks like one of his best shows yet. So keep going on good, Sonic, and he's got speed down the parade route. And also the 6th version of the Sonic Tour Takeover came out, making more memes and stuff for the Sonic franchise cast. But anyways, it's nice to have Sonic back in our parade. Man, but he's gotta go fast, and he's gotta get some chili dogs now. So we'll see you later, Sonic. Alright. Here's Mr. Incredible on the Steampunk ship. Look at this. I kinda like the way it spins. Alright. Yeah. Steam went off. It's a steampunk, alright, so. Alright, and here's a lollipop. Just a simple little lollipop flying high up. It comes into our blue float. It's all just blue. And it's good. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, all the blue colors, and it's going past by now. But speaking of blue, here's someone who lives in the blue under the sea. Yep, it's SpongeBob SquarePants with his good snail Gary on his head. However, I think SpongeBob has a very fun time appearing at these parades, and I know he's someone who definitely enjoys showing up every parade. This is his 6th time in this parade too, and I'm not sure until how many years until this guy takes a break from the lineup. So just look at him go. Oh, and look at Gary. I think Gary enjoys it too. So I think SpongeBob's just having a nice time, and he's coming to promote, you know, his spin-offs and hopefully new episodes soon that Nickelodeon should care about, but whatever. And also expect that big crossover event coming out in early 2023. It was supposed to be coming around this time, but Nickelodeon delayed it and just to have some new movies out that they could premiere, which is You know Nickelodeon's good friends with DreamWorks and Illumination, so alright, nice to see you, SpongeBob, and you too, Gary. As you could see, we're coming towards the holiday section of the parade, so, and we only have 4 more card balloons left before Santa comes in, so let's just get this over with. We have our nice little garden forest thingy that's been in the parade with us for a while. But yeah, there it goes. We're kind of beginning off our holiday part by now. Here's this nice little winter flaggy thing. And here's some guy on it, but for some reason he's just hiding his face. I don't know why he's just straight up hiding his face, but whatever. Alright, it leads us into our first card balloon for the more holiday stuff. As he's kind of opening up our holiday unit. It's none other than good old Kermit the Frog from the Jim Henson Company. Kermit, of course, is the big leader of the Muppets, of his big crew, and his friends at Sesame Street, too. So, yeah, Kermit's just the legend. The frog. And, of course, he seems to have a rainbow connection with the parade. I mean, he made his debut in the parade last year. And I think he's having a pretty good time. You know, it's not so easy being green for this big guy. But he does stand out as the only green character balloon in this year's parade. So I hope that doesn't worry him out a little. But you know, I think he's doing straight fine. As he's flying very high up. And it's nice to have you in the parade, Kermit. Alright. There he goes. You're done good, Kermit. Hey, look at that, everyone. The big man is coming. He's a little away from what else is to expect as we're beginning the holiday part now. So we have a nice little two-sided flow. We just have one person who's here just to be modest on this one side. So, yeah. It comes right behind with our brand new beach ball clusters, which kind of have a holiday looking feeling to them. And yeah, they're all coming. So yeah, the beach ball clusters thingies, these are new. And our blue stars. It leads in another flow here. It's a nice little float, I guess. There really isn't much to say about these floats, but they were crafted all by our workers of this parade. But here is the balloon that we saw leading the curved boom line for last year's parade. But he's here now at the beginning of the holiday part. It's Thomas the Tank Engine making his second appearance. We all know Thomas. He's the #1 engine in the island of Sodor, as he helps out his friends and others as he goes on doing more missions. But you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in the island of Sodor, and Thomas is a guy who, along with his friend, is on the roll to handle out these things. Recently, as we all know, you could catch out his show, but that's not as good as the classic Thomas and Friends All Engines Go. But we all know that this version of Thomas here is the classic version, and always the far more superior Thomas. So alright, it's nice to see you in your second parade, Thomas. So alright, here comes an airflow here. You know, it's very colorful, but most of it is colored in gray. So alright, here's the ice cream cone now. It's triple layers, vanilla, strawberry, and chocolate. So that's pretty cool. And of course, there's the cherry on top. But following that is our Snoopy's doghouse with Charlie Brown on it. You know, of course, Peanuts has been in this parade ever since the very beginning. And of course, you have this doghouse here to show it. You know, I think they always have a good time. But of course, when we see this, I think you all know what's coming up. He's flying very high up, soaring in space, well, mainly in the skies, is Astronaut Snoopy, who is now making his 6th appearance And he's here making a later appearance than he usually does. Normally we see him more towards the beginning, or just normally in the middle or around, I don't know. But yeah, here he is towards the end of the parade, and I think Snoopy fits great here, considering that we're now getting to the holidays. And of course, Peanuts is very good with advertising for the holidays, such as stuff as the Charlie Brown Christmas, and of course tons of holiday merchandise. So Snoopy is always have great in this parade as he's flying down the parade in his astronaut suit, as he's ready to explore the space. And he's one of our oldest balloons too, alongside Greg Heffley and SpongeBob. So, it's always nice to have Snoopy. Alright, you go, Snoopy. And, alright, we'll see who our final character balloon is. Well, you probably know who it is, but we'll show you who it is soon. Alright, here's another mini float. I know it's just very colorful, but yeah, there we go. Alright, there's this giant tower thing here. Yeah, there it goes. Let's look again who is going to be our final character balloon. He's flying a bit low because he's a pretty tall one. He has a very long neck and he's brand new to the parade, and he's a Toys R Us kid. Yep, it's none other than Jeffrey the Giraffe, the mascot of Toys R Us. He's our final character balloon for the 6 Big Balloon Parade, and he's the last of the 3 new character balloons. As you see, he's wearing a Santa hat because, he's getting ready for the holidays. And I think he's looking very good. Of course, Jeffrey each year has his own wish list for kids to look at his big catalog for the holidays. So yeah, you're probably looking at right now, and Jeffrey, with the help of Macy's, is bringing more smiles to kids, and of course giving another new generations of kids to be a Toys R Us kid. But yeah, and also he's probably going down to his dazzling dance party at the Macy's parade after this. So yeah, we'll see you there at the Macy's parade, Jeffrey, on your float. Yeah, but just look how big this balloon is. He's very tall, but he's got a very long neck. So yeah, it's nice to have Jeffrey, and he's our final character balloon, so we're done with all the giant character balloons. Alright, here comes another float. There's a 50 road sign on it. Yeah, well, whatever. So here's another float passing by. It looks like some kind of slide. Let's see. And whatever. He's just gonna ride on it. And here's some novelty balloons we haven't seen since the 3rd Big Balloon Parade, but they're back. It's the Santa Starflakes getting in way for the holiday part. So yeah, and they're making us know that Santa's near. So alright, you Santa Starflakes, you keep going. Alright, here's another float that we normally see, but it's making a later appearance now, being the final float before Santa comes in. So yeah, and it leads in an all-new novelty balloon that we've never seen before. It's the giant candy cane. Now this candy cane seems like a tasty treat, but it's going to take a whole lot of people for that to eat, as it stands pretty tall up. And so yeah. Alright, you go, giant candy cane. I mean, just look how tall it is. And here's a present and ornament, which we haven't seen in a few parades since the Big Balloon Parade. But they're back to bring this a parade more holiday and festive. And they're leading in someone very special. Okay, after 15 giant character balloons and many floats and many different novelty balloons, we made it. It's Santa. Santa on his sleigh with the red big stars coming right behind. Of course, getting off the holiday thing, and of course now he's gonna have to get ready for the next big balloon parade in December, where we'll expect to have a more holiday section and a few big balloons that might make their debuts. So you go, Santa. I know he's getting ready for his holiday, so he's got to go prepare for his big December celebration. So let's just get him going. And that was our 6 Big Balloon Parade, and the rest of us are there to finish it off. And just to let you know, this is the end. So I hope you had a good time enjoying the 6 Big Balloon Parade.